you very much for your comments.
Thank you.
Our next speaker this morning is Jesse Johnson. Our next speaker this morning is Mario.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Jesse Johnson. I just came here to show my support for the mayor because there's been so much talk about what's going on and the things that he's not doing, and I feel like he's doing a lot for the community, and I feel like a lot of people are standing in his way, that he can't get anything done because so many people are standing in his way because they don't want him to be successful. And I'm here to show my support, and I hope that the people will stop standing in his way so he can get some things done. Where was the people when Rahm Emanuel was in here? Why didn't nobody stand up to him? Where were the people with Mayor Daley who ripped this city apart? Why didn't they stand up to him? But everybody wants to stand up to him and tell him what he's not doing right and what he's not doing properly. And these people ripped this city off. That's why it's in the shape that it's in. But now you want to blame him for everything. I think it needs to stop, and I think it's sinful what you're doing to this mayor. And I think it needs to stop right now because you didn't stand up all this courage coming from all these people. Where was it when Manuel was here? Where was it when Daley was here? It was nowhere to be found. So I think you need to give him a chance and let him do his job.
Thank you very much for your comments.
Brandon Johnson, Mayor Brandon Johnson, do not go up to Congress talking about sanctuary. You support the sanctuary. They will trick you. It's about the money. You have used some federal money for sanctuary. Now, I've been around for 83 years. Now, I've seen many mayors, but now you have a rating of 6%. So I'm urging you to don't let them trap you. And sanctuary. If anyone needs sanctuary, black people need it. This is Black History Month. Our history, we are entitled to sanctuary for all the goods, service, contracts, and jobs. Mr. Blakemore, what makes the black man so unique? He's the only man in America who was enslaved in America. Enslaved in America. So you are a unique man. So you must embrace your uniqueness. Now, everyone here, 99% of the people here, these are Democrats. Democrats. And now you go into another circle with Republicans, with Reverend Trump. Don't you go up there and with that sanctuary. He's going to use another strategy. I'm just begging you because you're playing a losing card. But even the people in the city of Chicago, they don't want sanctuary. They don't want it. Look at the empty seats. Look at the empty seats. They don't want it. We don't want it. So don't go there because I'm so scared that you might be indicted. They started asking you questions about the money. Money is the root of all evil. So you would have to make an account of the money. And I don't think you will win when Trump started asking you these questions. So You know what happened to the mayor in New York? He decided to surrender. And it's time for you to surrender and for you to smell your blood. You are a black man. You are a black man. You was a black man and a little black boy before you became a Democrat. You're still black, and racism is still alive in the city of Chicago. Embrace your black.
Thank you very much for your comments.
So y'all can subject me to whatever, but hey,
Thank you very much for your comments.
Thank you.
Our next speaker this morning is Osiris King.
Hello, Mr. Mayor Brandon Johnson. As we close out Black History Month, let's talk about some real Black history. A. Philip Randolph was a black labor activist who opposed immigration. Booker T. Washington and Frederick Douglass were prominent black people in America who opposed immigration because they saw what immigration does to the black community. So this charade that you're doing with Donald Trump and Tom Homan, we see through it. It is a farce. Black people have always been against immigration, legal and illegal, because a lot of poor black people are at the low-wage labor market, and we don't need foreigners taking our jobs and competing with us. So being fighting against illegal immigration is the most black thing you can do. It is the pro-blackest thing you can do, is fighting illegal immigration. Don't let them tell you otherwise. Mayor Brandon Johnson, I am so happy that you are testifying before Congress, because the people of Chicago, especially on the south and west side, do not support sanctuary cities. I know the election is over and people are trying to distract you with lunatics protesting against deportations and Democrats doing what Democrats do. But do not forget that we in Chicago do not support sanctuary cities, especially the people who live on the south and west side who had our schools turned into migrant shelters. And for all the people who are mad about Trump getting rid of DEI and critical race theory, those things were racist. You cannot fight past discrimination with future discrimination. If Martin Luther King saw what the Democratic Party has become, he would roll over in his grave. We want to know where that money went. $400 million to illegal aliens. People talk about, oh, reparations this and reparations that, and you have Democrats talking about all this stuff. They need to talk about where that money went, because that's where their money went. It's complete insanity. And might I say this, a lot of people say Donald Trump is anti-black. Donald Trump has acknowledged that birthright citizenship was meant for black people, for newly freed black slaves. That's black history. Democrats want to give it to immigrants. Donald Trump has said that illegals compete with black people for jobs. Democrats look the other way. Donald Trump has said that criminal illegal aliens should be deported out of poor black communities, while Democrats like Mayor Brandon Johnson and others fight tooth and nail to keep them here. They are not for black people. They are not. So y'all can call me a sellout for being black and a Trump supporter. That's fine. But y'all token DEI Democrats are a threat to democracy. Y'all are the crazy ones. So please tell me, to all the people who call me a sellout for voting for Trump, which one of us is really selling out, brother?
Our next speaker is John Cantazera.
Good morning, Mayor Henyard.
Good morning.
Oh, wrong city, but it will be the same end result. Someone already talked about the 6.5% approval rating. I want to remind you, you were elected by half, roughly, 52% of 600,000 Chicagoans. That's about 12% of the population. You are literally at 6.5%. Donald Trump could run for mayor of Chicago right now and beat you. That's how unpopular you are and ridiculous this city has become. Before I talk about your esteemed Sergeant at Arms and his illegal policies for public speaking, I want to talk about this bond vote you're all going to take. $800 million with a $2 billion end price tag. Ridiculous. Why? So the king grifter over there can give his girl Stacy Gates, who has been to his house several times to backdoor negotiate contract proposals, can get her pound of flesh out of the city taxpayers. Well, the reality is, you talked about other labor leaders being on a leave of absence while they serve as president, and you're no different as the mayor. Are you really that clueless? Are your fifth graders you used to teach really that much brighter than you? You're the mayor. You're negotiating on behalf of the city. You are not representing the membership, but you are because you're still technically a member of CTU while you're negotiating a contract for the taxpayers of this city. Where is the Inspector General? Where are the rest of you holding him accountable for this? He should be forced to fully resign from CTU while these negotiations are going on. It is a direct conflict of interest, but you're all sitting on your hands and your asses doing nothing. I'm just telling you, for those of you who think you're going to vote yes for this ridiculous bond issue, just know we have a giant PAC fund that will continue to grow at FOP 7, and you will all be on the target list. We will recruit candidates, and we will not be able to take maybe all of you out, but we're certainly going to target anybody that votes yes for this. And you're going to say, what has this got to do with the police? We are taxpayers, and many of us are the primary taxpayers in this city. So my members are sick of getting a decent contract and then having it stolen out of their back pocket in the same sentence. It will end, or your political careers will. I can assure you of that. And you're going to follow suit with him and Tiffany Henyard and be in the forgotten pile of politics history. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your comments. Your Honor, there are no further speakers who have
Thank
time
you
to
very
sign up for
much.
the public comment period.
Resolutions. We have one.